Hello friends, this video is about logistic regression analysis using SPSS. As you are aware that we are preparing video on demand, so there was a demand for this video, and keeping that demand in mind, we are preparing this video on logistic regression using SPSS. What we're going to cover up in this session is we'll be talking about what is logistic regression, when to use logistic regression. We'll have some example of where you can use this logistic regression analysis. We'll also talk about certain assumptions, important assumption while performing this logistic regression analysis. Then we'll go on to practice part. We'll practically do logistic regression analysis with SPSS, and then we work on interpretation of the results. So what is logistic regression analysis? Like all other regression analysis, logistic regression analysis is also a predictive analysis. It means it is used for predicting. It is also known as classification analysis because it helps us in classifying the respondent in two categories, a kind of group that we are talking about. Logistic regression analysis is used to explain the relationship between one dependent binary variable. Now here things to be taken care of is your dependent variable is binary. It means it has two group or two categories, and one or more nominal, ordinal, interval or ratio level independent variable. So here your dependent variable is binary, whereas your independent variable can be nominal, can be ordinal, can be interval, or can be a ratio. Now when you say logistic regression analysis, it helps in predicting the probability that an observation fall into one of the two categories of dichotomous dependent variable based on one or more independent variable. So based on independent variable which are measured in terms of either nominal, ordinal, interval or ratio scale, we try to predict in which of those two category this individual observation will fall. Okay, logistic regression is an appropriate regression analysis to conduct when dependent variable is dichotomous. So ये बहुत important चीज़ है, याद रखना है that logistic regression analysis is primarily used when your dependent variable is a category variable with two category, whereas your independent variables can be of category or continuous or any kind of scale variable you have. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी हैव स्पैम डिटेक्शन. जब आपके पास ईमेल आता है तो पता लगाना होता है कि ये स्पैम है या रेगुलर मेल है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन उसका सब्जेक्ट लाइन, द कंटेंट, काइंड ऑफ वर्ड. द क्रेडिट कार्ड fraud depending on the purchasing pattern, the kind of purchasing observation that we have, you want to classify observation whether into credit card fraud or not fraud. In marketing, you based on the category or information available about a buyer, you are categorizing them into buyer or non-buying categories. Based on certain medical parameters, you want to find out whether this person has a potential of getting into cancer or not. Similarly, based on the information about an individual, you want to classify them into probable heart attack patient or not heart attack patient. Based on the candidate response, somebody sitting in an election, you want to categorize them into either winning the election or losing the election. Similarly, when somebody is taking an admissions, your dependent variable is either getting admission or not admission depending on his score, gender and other information that you have. Similarly, based on the purchasing pattern, you want to classify the respondent into loyal or non-loyal categories. So these are some of the examples where you can use binary or what you call logistic regression analysis. Now logistic regression analysis is based on certain assumptions, so you need to keep this assumption in mind when you talk about logistic regression. Number one, dependent variables should be dichotomous. Dichotomous in nature, it means either presence or absence. Okay, so if you go back to the example, we said the particular mail coming to you may be or spam or non-spam. A person may commit a fraud or not fraud. person may buy or result into buyer or non-buyer, cancer or non-cancer, heart attack or non-heart attack, individual wins or lose an elections. Okay, so this dependent variable should be dichotomous in nature, either presence or absence of the information. One or more independent variables. So independent variable can be either continuous or ratio interval, as we have already discussed. Independent of observation and the dependent variable should have mutually exclusive and exhaustive categories. Okay, so observations are supposed to be exclusive, mutually exclusive and exhaustive. There should be no outlier in the data, so make sure that you check the outlier before you perform the logistic regression analysis. There should be no high correlation, so among the predictors. So you have more than two independent variable. This independent variable should not have high degree of correlation. So multicollinearity is an assumption which need to be checked up. So these are some of the assumptions, and now let's go to the data file, how this logistic regression can be tested or run using SPSS. So we'll go to our data file. Now this is the data file that we have, and we'll remove this for time being because these are not required as of now. Now what we have in the data is we have frequency, which indicate frequency of purchase, average spending, years since he is purchasing from us, and this is the loyalty, and we have the data available here. So these are the frequency of purchase, how many times he has purchased in a year, average spending since how many years he is doing business with us, and this is whether he is loyal or not. So here loyalty becomes your dependent variable, and frequency of purchase, average purchase and years are your independent variable. Now using this existing data for about say 62 respondent, you want to run logistic regression analysis. So what you do, you'll go to analyze. In regression you have binary logistic. We call it binary because your dependent variable is having two categories, so either he is loyal or not loyal. Okay, now you have to select your dependent variable. So loyalty is dependent variable, and these three are your independent variable. We call it covariates. So take all those variables in covariate box. Here you have an option called save. In save option you select group membership and probability, press continue. In option you have to select this Hosmer-Lemso goodness of fit, and this confidence interval 95%. Press continue and then press OK. Now this is an outcome available to us. By default software gives you lot many tables. We'll focus on only those tables which are more important for us. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll straight away go to block 1. Okay, in block 1 method, first you need to check this model summary. This is similar to your regression analysis. In model summary, if you recall the normal linear regression, we have adjusted R square. Similar value here is this. Okay, Nagel K R square, this is your 0.51. okay, this shows fitness of the model. So here 51% fitness of the model is assumed here. Okay, then second important variable is we have, if you recall, we have selected Hosmer-Lemso test. So this Hosmer-Lemso test values are available here. Here what is important for here is we need to check that this should be non-significant. If it is not significant, your model is fit. Then you need to check up this classification table. Now here classification table shows how many observations are accurately classified. So overall percentage is 80%. It means our model has correctly classified 80% observations. Say for example, we have this value 24. Okay, now out of 24 loyalty are actually classified, 8 are wrongly classified. So out of 24 plus 8, total 24s are actually classified, where they were not loyal, and our model has also classified them as non-loyal. Similarly, 26 respondent observations are actually loyal, and our model has actually classified them as loyal. The discrepancy comes in case of 8 observations which are actually non-loyal but model has classified them as a loyal, and 4 observations which are actually loyal but our model has classified them as non-loyal. So in a way, 80.6% observations are actually classified, and this cut value, probability value, is 0.5. So 50%, we'll talk about that bit later. Okay, so this is 80% observations are actually classified, so this is a good observation that we have. And then we need to check in terms of whether all three independent variables are significant or not. So if you look at this significant value, we have frequency of purchase, p value is 0.03, which is significant. So significantly in classifying, used in classifying. Average purchase is also significant variable, but years of purchase is not significant. It means years of purchase is not significantly helping us in classifying the observation into loyal and non-loyal categories. Okay, now if you are talking about regression equation, your regression equation here is in terms of this b value. So your regression equation is minus 7.224 plus 0.251 into years, 0.000 into average purchase, and 0.071 into frequency. So this gives you a probability value. Okay, we have already selected probability value while running the function. So if you go to your data file, okay, you have this probability already calculated here. So probability values are already calculated here. Okay, so what we have is, we have this probability value 0.95. So wherever the probability value is 0.5, they are classified as loyal. If the probability value is less than 0.5, they are classified as non-loyal. So here, suppose in this case, first observation, for frequency value 15, average purchase of 24,765, years of experience 3, the respondent was non-loyal. Okay, and the probability value using that regression equation, logistic regression equation, turns out to be 0.9557, okay, which is less than 0.5. So the equation classified them as non-loyal, which is actually accurate classification. Okay, so this way classifications has been done. If you go to the variable in equation table and check the significant, it shows that years of purchase, since how long he is dealing with us, is not the significant variable. All others are significantly impacting the classifications. So this is how classification is done. This Hosmer-Lemso test actually compare the classification, actual classification, okay, and grouping done by the equations. And if the p-value here is less than 0.05, it is not significant. It indicates that these two are actually different. So we reject the null hypothesis. It means our model is actually classifying in a significant manner. This is how we work with logistic regressions. I hope this video is useful to you. If you need any other kind of video, let us know and we'll surely work on those kind of video. And if you like this video, subscribe the channel and also put like button. Thank you.